Welcome to Whiskey Nightcaps, the channel where we do sip before sleep, and I am your host. I'm your boy. I'm your fam, Jason Davis, and today's title match is between two heavy hitters for the championship belt. Let's go to our contenders. In the right corner, hailing from Middleton, Ireland, in the green trunks with the European Robin, we have Redbreast 12 Cask Strength. And in the left corner, coming from the Speyside region of Scotland, in the black trunks with the red trim, we have Tamdhu Batch Strength. All right, now before we get into this, if you haven't been with us before, you know what you have to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and smash the like button because the algorithms stay hating on your boy. All right. Now, some people may not think that this is an even match, being that one is an Irish triple distilled whiskey and the other is a Scotch. But let's be real, Scotches and Irish whiskey are very similar, right? The regions are very similar. Now, the reason why I chose these two whiskeys is because they are both sherry cask matured. Not finished, but sherry cask matured. And also made from 100% barley. Now, the Redbreast, there is a caveat there. It is actually matured in sherry cask and also ex-bourbon cask, and they're married together. Whereas the Tamdhu, 100% sherry cask, Oloroso sherry cask. However, anybody that knows anything about these whiskeys knows that they are similar, but like Highlander, there can only be one. And so we're pitting these two against each other in a heavyweight boxing match. Now, I want a clean fight, okay? No hitting below the belt. When I say break, you break. Understand? Touch gloves or touch Glencairn. All right, so I've had these resting inside. It's been about 30 minutes. I put equally 5 drops of water in each glass because you have to soften these up just a tad bit so that we can really delve deep into these. Let's get it. All right, so let's look at the color on these suckers. Now, the Redbreast, we know for a fact is 12 years old. However, the Tamdhu is a non-age statement whiskey, which means we do not know how old it is. However, they suspect between 6 to 8 years. Even though the Redbreast is 12 years, it looks a little bit lighter in color. The Tamdhu is just slightly darker. All right, so let's go to the nose. Delicious, delicious smell. Now, there is a peppery kind of smell, oaky, burnt oak, baking spice, light raisin, very warm, very pleasant. All right, let's go over to this Tamdhu. Let's clear the sinuses. Oh my God, this is like a sherry bomb for sure. Like stewed grapes, stewed raisins, like right off the top, just hits you. That's the first and most dominant note on this, which is coming from that Oloroso sherry. It's coming from those wine casks. Like that is overpowering. Not in a bad way. Some spice, but very light. Some vanilla. You know, when these types of smells come together, for me, it's reminiscent of a French apple pie. I don't know if you've ever had one of those, but it's an apple pie that has like either raisins or like cherries, and then it has a actual glaze, a thin glaze layer on the top. Like this smells like dessert. So on the nose, I'm gonna have to go with the Tamdhu, strictly on the nose. All right, let's go to the palate. Back to the Redbreast. Man, like that is quality whiskey. If you've never had this, and I did another video on this, sometimes you have to spend the money for the whiskey that you want, or whiskey that you truly are going to enjoy. I think this is around like 80 bucks. That is delicious. That is delicious. It's like candied fruits, but with maybe some nutmeg, which I assume that's coming from those ex-bourbon casks when they mix those two together. There's a sweetness there. I mean, it's like a symphony, you know, all of these different instruments playing together simultaneously, but not in chaos, in harmony. Bam, that's it, boy. All right, I'm gonna cleanse this palate just a tad bit and then come back and we're gonna go to the Tamdhu. All right, let's go in on this Tamdhu and see what it's working with. A little bit oilier mouthfeel. This is a deeper, richer taste. Not as sweet as the Redbreast, even though on the nose it was a lot more sweeter than the Redbreast, but on the palate it's a little bit more, I don't know about savory. It's not savory, but it's definitely a deeper, richer kind of taste. There's a lot more of the wood influence on the palate. You're still getting that sherry, but there's definitely some wood influence, some oakiness to this. All right, so we're gonna give them one more shot and then see if there's a KO or if we have to go to the scorecards with the judges. All right, let's go back in. Redbreast, second shot. Will it be second round knockout like that diss track against LL Cool J from Cannabis back in the day? Okay, on this go, there was a lot more spiciness on the front end. This thing has a super long finish, which is great. It's fantastic, right? Especially if you're taking your time in between sips and that taste just lingers and stays with you until you go in again. Yeah, definitely a lot heftier on the second sip, a lot more spicy. The sweet kind of dwindled away, but still delicious. All right, this is Tamdhu's last opportunity to end this thing quickly before it goes to the judges. Let's see what happens. It's almost like a burnt tobacco note there. Not like a peated kind of note, nothing like that. I don't even want you to get that in your mind. It is not peated. The wood notes, super heavy. It's almost like I took a piece of oak and just bit right into it, just chewed right into it. Okay, so there was no KOs, there was no TKOs in this match, and so it's going to the judges. Now, if it's going to the judges, it has been scored at 2-2 rounds, making that a draw. However, if we're taking the judges out of it and it's just me, right, it has to go to the Redbreast. The flavor on this thing is just crazy. Like the layers of flavor just bop, 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 stacked right on top of each other. This is an excellent, excellent whiskey. Taking nothing away from the Tamdhu. It also is a quality whiskey. However, if I only have one opportunity to grab one whiskey and it's between these two, I have to go with the Redbreast. Sorry. All right, so thanks once again for rocking out with your boy on another episode of Whiskey Nightcaps. Please, if you haven't, go ahead to my IG, subscribe to that. Come back here on Wednesday for Frisky Whiskey Wednesdays and we'll drop something extra for you. Peace.